Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you. Little late night money on a Saturday night. And we'll keep this puppy short and sweet. You can like, subscribe, ring the bell. Facebook, YouTube channel if you're watching. Picks Parlays, winning free picks. Hello. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. On give me a follow. Sunday plays are posted over there. Go check it out. And what is there to say? How about, I got to start good news. 4-2 spring training today with our baseball. Plus 235. Although the day started in college hoops with Michigan State. Boy, you got to love that one. Blowing a 10-point lead. Under a minute to go. Not covering 4.5. Anyway, let's enough about that. Real fast, we'll get to the picks for tomorrow. A couple get up right now. And then, as I said, you've been hearing me talk about it. ASUN kicking off on Monday. We'll discuss those two games as well. Why can't I? Where's my scrolly? Little scrollier. All right. Northwestern plus 6, Drake plus 3 tomorrow. NBA Cavaliers. That's it right now. NBA side of things, I got to tell you, I do sort of like Denver. No line was posted earlier. I know it's about 4.5 now. I do like Denver in that spot. And actually, I kind of like the Lakers a little bit as well. But again, for now, just the Cavaliers, Northwestern, and Drake in college hoops. We got comments. T-Money's in the house and locking in with the king. Welcome on in. I say I'm crying as Oregon State just broke my heart with a lack of offense. What's going on in the Oregon State game? They have the over here? What do you have? I mean, you got to be looking good. What's their team total? They got 65 points. Well, I don't know. That's what, I mean, my screen's, I haven't refreshed it, so I don't know what it's at right now. Sweating out the Gonzaga game. What's Gonzaga? I got the over, so that's probably already a loser. Stop Geoengineer, my guy. How are you? Looking at Illinois and Michigan tomorrow. So Illinois was 3. It's up to 4. I wanted to take Illinois. I just can't. I don't want to lay on the road. As bad as Ohio State is, I can't do it. It's gone up a full point. 2, I'd think about it. And honestly, Gio, my February has been garbage. So I'm not racing to bet something because I kind of like it. I can't. I like games today. I'm going to end up going 8-8. Not catching a break. I mean, so. And Michigan. What do we got here against Wisconsin? I got that right at 5. You want to look at them as a small home fave here. Let me pull up the matchup. Wow, I'm seeing 4.5 now. Revenge spot. They lost by 5. All right, I guess they got that going for them. Wisconsin off a win over Iowa. Michigan, 2 straight, big win, Michigan State. Then they go and beat Rutgers. 0 offense, 45 points from Rutgers. How about a little underplay here, maybe? 129. I can lean a little under. T-Money says Lakers money line and Washington College Hoops money line. Never in doubt tomorrow, huh? Against Stanford. I mean, Stanford laying 5, 11 win Stanford. Laying to Washington. So I'm going to bet Stanford now. Stanford's a play. And you like the Lakers over the Mavs tomorrow, huh? That one's more of a toss-up for me. Because the NBA, we bet 30 games all NBA season. Lane's in the house. Welcome. I have Oregon State. Plus 330 tonight. All right. I know you like your money lines, but then you come in and say something outlandish like take Washington on the money line tomorrow. Too good to be true? Usually is. Lean Maryland and Memphis, but we know one of those won't cover. I think Maryland at home is almost automatic against Northwestern. I, I don't know. I like Northwestern, already bet it. And Memphis against Cincy. Let's see what's going on in the AAC tomorrow. Cincy off the OT win. UCF, they lost at East Carolina. That was when Tim said East Carolina outright. They're getting 9. ECU had lost their announcer. So Memphis comes in off a win over Wichita after the Houston game. So 4 or 5, not terrible there. I'm not hating Memphis. Again, Team Money, I love it. Team Money's already said Washington money line. What was the exact wording on that one? Depends on how much I'll put on this game tomorrow. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. All right. And then this one, MD, almost automatic. Excellent. I could pull a Brandon Lang 2 for the money and just put everything I'm down this month on these two, Maryland and Stanford tomorrow, and be even. And buy Teslas for 40 people. Should have taken Clemson on money line. Kim, how you been? Where were you today? I think somebody in the chat like Clemson today. Not me. I was scoring a tour, and I'm like, all right, conference dog, sure. Wasn't running to bet it though, and I didn't. How you like a new changes? I think it's terrible, King D. Are you kidding me? A guy steps out of the box, tie game. That's gonna fly. That's gonna fly in the regular season. Tie games, huh? Real interesting. Real interesting. Complete joke. I mean, maybe I'll do a rant tomorrow on this baseball with their BS. Like, who are they trying to? People who like baseball, they don't want any of this crap. I don't want a phantom runner. I don't need the game sped up. You change that, and it stop. In college football, we'll have a rant coming up with college football too down the line with their nonsense they're trying to do here. Just leave it alone. It's been good for 100 years. Leave it alone. Live bet Blackhawks have won 4 in a row. Wouldn't it be a sin not to? I have no idea what's going on in the ice. No, thank you today. How'd that $500 fave work out for everybody today? Stanford's struggling bad right now. Let's see. So they're 5.5-point favorites. They're 11-17. 11-17. They've dropped 3 in a row, 5 of 6, and they're 5-point favorites over a team that's won 3 in a row and is 16-13, and who beat them by 20. 17, 86-69 a month ago. What can possibly go wrong taking Washington? Didn't catch any baseball today. Family with kids. I didn't watch any baseball. I put a couple of games out this morning in the show. That was about it. But I can't watch this nonsense. Maryland opened 6.5. That line's huge for a reason. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, I got 6.5. It's 6 when I just loaded up today or tonight when I just looked at the lines. That's why I put the 6 out there. I got it for myself and on the sites at 6.5. So, and normally, Gio, yes, yeah, but you know what? I had a big line the other day with Xavier and Creighton. I think they were 2 big favorites, and they end up losing outright. And UConn was a big favorite. They ended up covering. So big favorites. I mean, Purdue was a big favorite today. That didn't work out well for Purdue. Kansas was a big favorite today. Don't think that worked out well for them. Conference dogs again in February. Although when I bet the conference dog, they seem to find ways to put 10-point leads with 48 seconds to play. Michael's in the house. Welcome. The oh yeah, baby. That's like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. Geo. I say just lost their big man for season. Illinois is going to feast. They should. I mean, why wouldn't they feast? Illinois, Ohio State's just been brutal. I just don't want to lay it. I can't bet on a bad team. I don't want to bet into losing streaks. That being said, I'm not hitting them, Gio. I take Illinois here, and Ohio State comes out and wins 86-77 or something. We need a nickname for the pen. Team, buddy, they're going to. It's terrible. Don't. I mean, it's bad enough I can't watch these sports with this nonsense. Now I got to take baseball away from me. Sammy took Clemson, Villanova, TCU, K-State, and Wright State all money line. I think you've had a pretty good day. Villanova was a sweet one. Open at 4, down to 2. TCU, nice. K-State, all nice ones. That's a good day there, Sammy. Yeah, 50K on Stanford, Maryland parlay. Easy. I mean, the Stanford, 11-win Stanford. Why are they only 5.5? They lost. They're in a. If it looks that good, King D. Interested to see how the odds makers adjust, considering they already hate guys like us. Those baseball. I mean, what is that? Let them step out. Let the pitcher step off the mound. It's a stressful situation. Take your time. Well, that's always the case. Sammy, you always say, I wish I betted more. That's after you win. You never say that after your games lose. You can't think like that because you'll be broke in 3 weeks. You start thinking, well, instead of betting whatever, 100, 1,000, 50, $1, 10, whatever the number is, and you start thinking, I should be up X, but I'm only up Y because I didn't bet enough. Yeah, you'll be tapping in. You'll be running dry soon. Don't think that way. Take it. Take what you get. Be happy with a day's pay. You have a job or you bet on the side? Be happy with a day's pay. San Diego covered money line. I thought this was dead. I don't even know. I'm on Sunday's screen. I don't even have Saturday up anymore. I'm not gonna King. Seriously. Just laugh it up. It's had $4 left to DraftKings count. Honestly, didn't expect to hit 4. Got to 272. See, and this now you got money in your account, Sam. Don't. That's a nice little payday. You can't come and think like it's going to happen again. The parlays are nice. $4. I mean, the payday's in front of you. If you want money line them, parlays, it did hit. Best way to go 3-1, put in a 14 parlay. Best bet see money, Bradley, 2.5. I'm opposite. I got Drake. Gee, I know the term "do not bet" list gets used off of boy, oh boy, Miami, you're on it. Oh yeah, Florida State, baby. Come on. Why don't you don't like Florida State? Where are my folders? I don't have my. Wow, where is my? I thought I still had my Florida State ACC up here somewhere. Take Florida State to win the ACC. King D, where have you been the last 7 months? I've been talking about this. Unranked teams versus ranked. Unranked at home, it's 70% this season in college basketball. And that is something you bet college basketball, college football, doesn't make a difference. Then you start going with a ranked team on the road laying like 3 or less, taking a home team, and that's probably still about 70-something%. Best bet C money. Penn State 2.5 at home against Rutgers. Rutgers is, I mean, you don't talk about a struggling team of late. I mean, Rutgers enters the chat. This team is just a mess lately. Our guy, Gabe, who's not in here tonight, he's probably out having a couple. He said it the other day against when they played Illinois. He's like, stay away from Rutgers. Now lost 4 or 5. Somehow pulled out a Wisconsin Miracle. Not a good team. They're not good right now. Take Penn State. I know it looks a little fishy. Rutgers is not playing good right now. You don't want to bet Rutgers. No reason to bet Rutgers. Penn State. Nittany Lions. Yes, I mean it is true. Seriously, don't get wrapped up in you cash one and you got to go crazy with it. Lane, UCLA versus Colorado. We'll talk about some college hoops after I roll through these. We'll talk about. I like UCLA there a little bit. Tulane versus the Shockers. I think the Shockers are off a nice win, right? Because we just mentioned them. Who'd they play? Is that or did they lose to Memphis? What did they do? Lost to Memphis. I'll take a little Tulane here at home. I'll take Tulane here. They got ECU on deck, Houston on deck for Wichita. Let's go, Tulane. Take Ohio State +4. Believe it or not, I would lean Ohio State +4. I just can't bet a team that is on such a losing streak, Sam. Don't. They're not due to win. They're not due to cover. They have not covered. In fact, we talked about them the other day. There is something like a 1 in 14 non-covering stretch or something like that. So you can poop in one hand and hope Ohio State wins in the other. See which one fills up first. Get some hand sanitizer ready. Stay away from that Ohio State. Don't bother with it. King D just looked in San Diego State for 7 units. Tough lands on 2. Against who they play? New Mexico? Best bets. Worried on opposites tomorrow. Sundays can be some of my best and worst days. Nothing will surprise me. It is. I don't worry about the days of the week. Some days you think you do better than others, but they all bounce out. Northwestern, Memphis, Drake, UCLA. Northwestern, yes. Memphis over Cincy, I can get behind. Sure, I like Drake and I like UCLA. I like all 4 of those. Yeah, it's It was last I saw it was 27-10, so it was like 70%. I think coming into Thursday or Friday. But that is just something I've been betting for years. I mean, that's something I bet in the 90s. That is something you bet in conference tournaments when you see the seeding and the higher seed is favored. I mean, unranked over ranked and a ranked team on the road that's a 1, 2, 3 point favorite. I'm always taking the home team as a little dog there. Belmont money line over the Panthers of Northern Iowa tomorrow. So let's see what we got here. This one I passed over it. I glossed over it. Now I'm seeing, is this a 3 out here now? Belmont beat them by 4. This is it. This is the final regular season game. Look at this Iowa team. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 8. You've lost 7 of 8. The other guys have won 3 or 4. How are they on the road? Lost to 14 at Drake. Lost to 2 at Missouri State. Lost by 1. Win by 9. I mean, I'm not loving the little road fave here, especially when we got 20-10 versus 13-16. Not loving that one. Penn State, yes, though. Penn State we can do. Team, I don't even look at rankings, college basketball. Ignore it, but college football, I definitely do. College football's the same way. It's a popularity contest. Easy to. I mean, we see those SEC teams as a joke. Team money. I'm embarrassed how many parlays I've lost by even 1 on 8 or 9 teamers. Really? Put in you go 8-1, you lose money. How do you even bet the next day? I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. I'd be in the shower. I feel like Jodie Foster and The Accused. I'd be like just crying in a bathtub, 8-1 and not make money. Terrible. Fade the Buckeyes. You have to. I mean, I can't. Even getting points, I want to take the points. I just can't because they're so bad. King D split in college hoops. Zags come through. Green is green. There's Zags. Nice win there. I should have the Zags too. I don't know why I didn't. I thought they were just going to, I thought it'd be like an 86-74 kind of game. My money line Markel. Green with King D. Michigan, Wisconsin. I wanted to say under here. No side really, Sammy. Michigan off a win. Coming back home. Wisconsin's kind of like one of those ugly kind of grinder teams. I lean a little dog, but if you're asking if I was betting on either side, I'd take the total first, then lean a dog. Markel from the King. Brutal first half by San Diego State being down 10 hurt. And at least they rallied back. Look at it as a win. You could have been losing it. T-Money, Vegas 125 right now against Dallas. Some of those ends are ridiculous. I'm wondering if line betting in general be something to do full time. Yeah, I mean, you can make money line betting if you're sitting and watching games all day and all night. If you think the team's going to come back, I mean, why is it ridiculous? See, I'm not watching the game. I have no idea how the game's going. Just minus 125. Where's Dallas? Vegas is up 2-1 right now, right? Remember, they're ahead of you. So, see how that game turns out. I have no idea what's going on. I see 2-1 here on the channel. Stop Geo says T-Money UCLA closed 6.5 law books last week, so they covered for a good amount of people. That Euclid game against Utah was 7.5. You got 6.5. Kevin, when are you going to put your MLB package? What about the Nets? Man, freaking Nets. Let's just start on that for a second. I had them the other day out of the break. Disgrace not even showing up. Maybe they show up here. Baseball. I don't know. I got to talk to Craig. He doesn't like to put them up early. I don't know why. So a lot of times I won't throw a lot of spring training out on the sites because it's usually like late ads for that. Like today, we just put them out at noon here in the show. I added them to the show as we were doing it. But regular season, I'll get on that, Kev. Team of those probably losses hurt me to this day. Seriously. 8-1 loser. Lose money. Marcel said, CNN said, oh, man. Miz is in the house. Love the Mac conference. That is your conference. You are Mr. Mac. Jesse Schulin here. Got a hangover. Gonzaga winner makes me feel better. There you go. Get that Gonzaga. Get that Gonzaga money. I had a loser today with Ross on the show. I said to take Purdue. I thought they'd spank Indiana. Didn't get there. Although Gonzaga did hit, so I know I'm going to get ribbed a little bit on Tuesday. Follow Jesse Schul, folks, if you haven't. He's got a YouTube channel, Jesse Schul. And he's on the Twitter universe. Too many Dallas is down. They were tied 1-1 when I grabbed it, but Dallas has been embarrassing. So it's 1-1, and you got Vegas at minus 125. All right. Juice was 190 money line out there. Drunk for San Diego State. 190 money line. I mean, at like a 140, I'm turning off the channel. Why about baseball? I'm honestly too scared to say I have no idea who's going to do what. I tip my cap to you. It's no different than any other sport. Speaking of other sports, let's go to the ASUN. All right. So, here are the odds. Let's talk a little ASUN stuff here. So, Liberty is the favorite. They're the 2 seed. They're the 2 seed. And they're favored. 220 to win this thing. Them and Kennesaw both went 15-3. Kennesaw beat them 88-81. They are the 1. Home team gets home court. Top, So I had to take Kennesaw plus $4 here. They're home. It's worth a shot. If you're asking me who I kind of like, it'd be Kennesaw. Am I betting it? I don't know. I think it'll be a day-to-day kind of betting thing in this league. Eastern Kentucky is a 3 seed at 1,500. Stetson, Lipscomb, 3, 4, 5. They're all at $15 here. So your games coming up on Monday, we have Gulf Coast and Queens. These are where I think the lines are probably going to be around. Pick 'em, 155. I lean a little Queens here coming in. Queens beat them 84-82. They did lose their last 2 games, but that was against Liberty. So you lose to the team who's 15-3 in conference and the favorite to win it. I'm not really holding that against them. Gulf Coast comes in with losses in 3 of their last 4. Stetson, who's a 4 seed, is pretty good. We've had the Hatters a couple times this season. And they beat Austin P, who can't even make the tournament. So I'm going to lean a little bit here with Queens to get it done in this early game here. And then your 7-8 seed matchup, Bellarmine +3, 145 against North Florida. Give me the Ospreys here. North Florida beat them last game of the season, just the other day, 79-67. 6-2 the last 8. So I'm looking at them as when it push came to shove with the season on the line, home court, Bella doesn't show up. 5-5 their last 10, kind of scuffling along. I'll take North Florida here, minus a couple points. Sure. This will be on Tuesday. You'll have Stetson and Lipscomb going at it. Probably 4-152 is what I'm guessing for this one. Might lean a little Stetson. Lipscomb beat Liberty. Stetson, an OT loser to Kennesaw. I'll probably be leaning a little Lipscomb in this matchup. And your other game here, Northern Alabama +7 against EKU. EKU is a team, they beat Liberty, they beat Kennesaw. Obviously a dangerous team. You beat both the 1 seeds. You're definitely alive here. 7, do I want to lay 7? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. We'll see here. These lines are all off of FanDuel. Just so you know. Real fast, while I was over there, I put in a couple small little baby bets here. I just put 150 on these because I had a couple other stuff from early on some other teams. But I said, I'm on the site. Why not put a little something in there? Houston, +650, UCLA 1,300, and Baylor 1,700. 150 each. 150 each. So, and that is that. We'll have, I think the Sun Belt goes on Tuesday as well. Now we'll add those later on. Coastal Carolina, Arkansas State, Texas State, Georgia State will be your 11-14 and 12-13 games. If you're interested in those, I might probably 1 point spreads, 2 point spreads in those things. Probably lean towards the dogs. I don't know. We'll see. Again, we don't have to bet them. Moneyline Markel is crying. Don't cry, Markel. T-Money, I live close to Liberty, and you seriously don't hear much hype around them besides them annoying alumni. But I'm proud how fast they get accustomed to being D1. Hey, man, we like those Flames. Pistons at 9-0. Yes, Jesse. We had the Pistons. We put the Pistons in the chat today because we talked about them last night. But, all right. That's it. We covered the ASUN. Getting hot in hockey. I was hot. I was 8-2, and then I lost a game. So now I'm 8-3, but the hotness wore off. How about the Anaheim Ducks +5 something today? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. NHL's hot in the NIL. NIL and NLH. What is that? I don't even know what that is. You're getting hot in hockey. Cold cash on the ice. All right. Northwestern, Drake, Cavs for tomorrow. Back midday money on Sunday.